Hello everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a quick look at Luna, and just before we do, Bitcoin, obviously to see kind of what's going on there based on the simple fact that we do have like a nice bull flag breakout here for Bitcoin. So let's take a quick peek at that, just so you kind of see what I'm referring to. Because if you can see on the 1 hour chart, we got this nice little bullish pattern here, and it broke to the upside just now. So what that should do is keep us above 58,000. Likely. Again, that was a strong resistance level. That's why the price kind of blasted through it. Oftentimes that does happen at major support and resistance levels. So 58 could essentially affirm itself as a new support, which would be very helpful because we do still need to break through 60,000. That's a strong resistance channel. There's a lot of volume accumulation in that channel. And ultimately, just looking at a lot of moving averages too. If you look at this here as well, the 50-day self-moving average is kind of hovering right around there. That could work as a resistance. We got the 200 also right on the 4-hour chart working as a potential resistance as well. So I would say it's huge to be able to pass 60,000. But for right now, we'll take the wins when we got them. 58,000 is a nice new potential support level here moving forward. And I say potential because it obviously hasn't closed above yet. We ultimately want the 1-day candlestick to close above in order for it to be established as a support. So all good things here from Bitcoin. I never thought I'd say that. Not exactly, but lately it's been a little iffy for the Bitcoins there, but all is well. It is on the recovery. So just to let you know too, I'm not a financial advisor before we jump into this. I want you to know that just based on the fact that I love teaching people how to trade though. So there's that sentiment here I want you to understand. Try to learn what you can here today, of course. I have a trading community if you want more of a hands-on experience, something that allows you to kind of learn a little bit better to become more of an effective trader. I actually send out signals for every single trade that I take so you can learn how to structure trades in this environment and follow along with the trading bot. One-click follow if you're interested. So check that out in your own time, but just note that this is something I'm passionate about, and I do this every single day for work. I've been trading for 15 years now, and I truly do love my job. This is amazing to be able to just make money in this industry. It's super easy if you know what you're doing, right? Anyways, let's go ahead and look at this here for the 1-day chart. We're above the 50-day self-moving average, right? So that's a big push there. That's why yesterday's candlestick was so large. We were able to break that resistance plane right at about $44.40. We're also up over the 50 on the RSI on the 1-day chart, which is excellent. We have plenty of room for growth though too, which basically just means that once we break the all-time high here, right around $54, or is that the, correct me if I'm wrong, is that the more, yep, that looks like the all-time high. Yeah, right around 54.96. So basically 55 will be in good shape. We've also got a MACD convergence here on the 1-day, kind of just letting us know that the momentum has definitely shifted from bearish to bullish. So all good stuff there from Luna. Looking at the 4-hour chart, we can see a very similar scenario here. Price came up here. Look at this. It broke this resistance level, right? Came back down, consolidated, right at support like I'd mentioned, and then came back up. Okay. Because I had mentioned yesterday when we reviewed this here, I said that it's important to consider dollar cost averaging right here because Luna is definitely on track and we could get a nice cool 10 to 15%. We're already more than halfway there already. So good stuff from Luna. Hopefully you're able to consider adding to your position at that point. And if we look at the moving averages too, you can see the 50 and the 200 are trailing behind. We've also got this potential golden cross that's coming up here to push the price action even higher. Now that might have even been part of the catalyst here today, but more importantly, I think it's probably that bull flag that had occurred because you can see this is a very similar pattern to Bitcoin right now. But all I can say is that these are all very positive things. It does look like we're trending closer to try to break its all-time high here, right around $55 even, okay? Furthermore, we got the RSI peaking up over 70, which isn't terrible, but that does kind of tell us a couple of things. It tells us we could possibly, that could work as a resistance level to keep the price down. We might see some consolidation sideways with an ascending wedge pattern upwards. We may also see the price just continue up higher, which isn't terrible, but I have an RSI video explaining kind of what that implies. When you have the RSI over 70, it's considered to be overbought. And oftentimes, instead of selling right as soon as it comes up over, like right now, for example, you might want to consider to wait and see if the price comes back down on the RSI to touch 70 first. Check that video out. It makes much more sense with the examples that I said, but that's kind of where we're at right now. If we break 70 on the RSI, we could be looking at a potential retracement, but bear in mind too, we might have had enough consolidation here to reset that. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at TD sequential and see where we're at. Yep, exactly. Look at that. We went up to a 7, so we had 4 or 7 4-hour candlesticks, and then it came down to test the support level here, right around again 48.50. Effectively bounced, and we got a nice little reset, so we're back to a 1. So for lack of better terms here, we could very well see 8 more 4-hour candlesticks worth of bullish momentum, all right? So that's essentially what that's telling us here. So we had just enough consolidation to get that reset, which is perfect. Allow it to calm down a little bit and continue on its merry way. So good stuff there too for Luna. So still bullish on Luna there. Let's take a look at the Ishimoku cloud and see where we're at. Conversion lines above the baseline. That's awesome. Lagging span is behind. We're well above the cloud. So they're all good signals, not necessarily to take position, but more so importantly, just to consider either dollar cost averaging or just waiting to see what happens next. Because ultimately, in order to sell our position, again, this is conservative. Ishimoku cloud is a very conservative trading style. That's the trading style I prefer, to take profits when you still can. You see this here, when this lagging span comes over to the price action here, or just say it trails off down here, that's going to be a case in point where we want to close your position. Same thing follows suit here. If we got that divergence, so to speak, where this lagging span, or correction, the conversion line, the blue line, intersects with the baseline, then that's a consideration sell. We don't have any of that going on right now. So we're 4 for 4 for the potential of this to continue either to the upside, or at least, at the very least, go sideways to consolidate this at the support and then leg up again. So there's a couple of different scenarios we could see happen. But all in all, it's looking very, very good here for Luna. I like what I see here so far. See our TD sequential, see what this tells us here. There's where we are, nice little reset, and we're only about 3 hours into this bullish trend. So again, we could see at the very least, somewhere in the range of 7 hours of bullish momentum moving forward. Or 6 to 7, maybe even 10, 11. Honestly, it can go plus or minus. But ultimately, it basically tells us it had enough consolidation to relax and calm down. So if it were to increase again, it has enough gas left in the tank to continue further. That's what it's telling us here. So there's no guarantees on any of this, but I don't see a single bearish sentiment here for Luna. So that basically just tells me that we're going to see this likely, at the very least, test its all-time high at 55. And just bear this in mind, it's going to perform very similar to what we just saw here today. In other words, if and when it breaks that resistance level, it'll come up here, come down, likely consolidate, and then it'll shoot up. So if you're going to consider adding to your average, or waiting for that full-on confirmation, wait for the one-day candlestick preferably to close above 55, and then consider adding to your position. But it'll be just something just like this. You see how it comes up, consolidates, and shoots up. Same exact scenario. We're going to see an increase followed by consolidation at the previous resistance, current support, to see a leg up to the upside. These are all good things, all things we want to see. So ultimately, I am absolutely bullish on Luna. In fact, why don't we go ahead and go with a scenario here and see what that would look like if it were to come all the way up there. Okay. So if we get a better case scenario here from Luna, just say we break our all-time high, and this took us roughly somewhere in the range of about 3 trading days to have this much momentum. Hypothetically, 3 days from today, once we break our all-time high, we could see $72 from Luna. Again, all hypothetical, of course, but the bottom line here is that we've seen in 3 trading days here from Luna a very strong increase of about 38%. So if we were going to just say effectively replicate that, once we break our all-time high, that'll put us in the range of 65 to 72. That would be a nice extra 25% above the previous, more recent all-time high. All good things, right? So, I mean, I'm cool with 38%. I'm cool with 25% gains. Hell, I'm cool with 5% gains based on the amount of capital that I use, right? So I ultimately want you to be, cautious, be careful, try not to be super, balls to the wall, right? In other words, you don't want to shoot for $100. Don't set your profit target at 100. Set your profit target realistically just below the next major Fibonacci retracement level. Always set 3 profit targets before you take entry, and have a destination in place. If you're jumping in arbitrarily, you're doing it wrong. That's not what good traders do. That's what gamblers do. Good traders have risk tolerance, and that's what I teach, and that's what I like to help you educate and understand within my trading community. So check that out again, open enrollment December 1st. And at this point, I want to wish you a fantastic rest of your day. I hope that things work out very well for you and Luna. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Thank you so much.